Small Blueberry, welcome on in. Oh, I missed the 007. Well, it's because the 007 didn't broadcast for me for whatever reason. How are you? Welcome on in. Getting a little bit of a late start. There'll be an ad in about 38 seconds. I'll snooze it, but then we'll have to deal with it later. I've been meaning to watch Debbie Cat streams to ask her about the ad settings. And I thought about it this morning. I watched precious little Twitch, really, outside of Twitch lately. I haven't been watching anybody's streams, really. Nobody's, except maybe one or two, like, close friends. People I raid, and then BRB, and that's about it. She's on now, Debbie is. And then Andrea N.O. Art is on. I'm hoping to raid them. They got a late start, so that means that we'll be able to raid them. No, she's got a 5-hour stream. I thought she started like 2 hours ago. Pretty decent. What's up? What's been going on? We're just continuing to work on the puppo. We're gonna put a battery of colors out. Oh, cute. She's got her, looks like her SO, her significant other. Is the ad going yet? When the ad starts, we're gonna pause everything and let time play out. Willow Weep for Me is the name of the song. It's by Vince Giardi, who made the Charlie Brown music. I like it's called Willow Weep for Me, like a weeping willow, but it's Willow Weep for Me. How goes the job business? Did I get too... Hold on. This is being poop. Hold on one second. There's the ad. I got gifted a sub. My gift subscription to BRB ended yesterday. Well, yeah, I just wanted Kimmy Sparks. Meant to watch her, but I didn't even get a chance to. Just stuff. What's going on with you? Work has been bad. Oh, sorry to bring that up then. No important conversations till the ad ends. We're going to sort markers for a minute. We have 25 seconds left. Get some pinks and 70s. These 70s are right there, and a little bit of light pink. We need a C6, don't we? There's C6. Boom, boom, boom. There, we're back. We're back from the ad. Just stuff. What's going on with you? Work has been kind of not horrible for me either, but not great either. It's been slow, which is concerning to me. Slow means not good. Slow means, do we really need to keep Jason? That's what I'm afraid of. If I don't keep hitting this stupid cord. There we go. This reminds me of 0 Hour. All stuff with a BF. Just stuff. Just the way you said, just stuff. Right here. Little birdie, why do you fly upside down? This is cute. Willow Weep for Me. I'm getting my hair redone Friday about news, but I got some noise. What'd you get? I'm gonna need to get probably some new markers. Not new markers, but, you know, refills for the old ones. This marker's dry. Oh, this is C2. This isn't what I wanted. It's not dry. It's too light. It's kind of a good chill out day today, isn't it? Trouble in the water. Sometimes I get around. I need a C7 now. I don't know why I hold my hand up while I'm searching. I don't know why I do that. I'm over here like, bunch of Posca. Oh, Posca markers. They're like the paint markers, aren't they? I seen a guy do a female. I don't know. Could be anybody. I don't know why I assumed gender on the video. I didn't see who it was that was making the video. I just saw hands. Doing a mod of a Xbox controller, painting one using Posca markers. Love can be so cruel. Love can make you happy. Love can... When he puts his arms around me, he fills me up with a kind of light. Ooh. Trouble with love. Trouble with my lover. Trouble with my lover. Oops, too early. But when he puts his arms around me, you know it fills me up with the kind of love. Ooh, alright. Trouble with my lover. Trouble with my lover. Trouble with my lover. What colors did you get in the Posca markers, by the way? Those are, like I said, I've always wanted to get them, but I'm like, I got enough art toys. I need to chill. But Poscas are amazing little markers because they're like paint markers, really. Also, I shaved this all off, and now it's coming back, and I shaped it so that it's starting to get bristly here, but it's getting really thick here. It's getting like double, triple. Happy that I didn't work today, but got almost all the colors. How many do they make? I don't feel like I guess I thought they maybe made more, but I think they only have like maybe 16, 25 colors, maybe. I could be wrong. I know very little about them, except that that's something I probably would enjoy having, but I don't need to spend any more money. I've got enough in my repertoire. I don't need to have another bucket of stuff I barely touch. If I used all my supplies on a regular basis, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm getting Poscas. But there's a lot of stuff I don't even touch, even though it's like I want to, I just never get a chance to actually use it. This is the music from Blue Umbrella, which is a cute little Pixar or Disney short. I don't know if it's Pixar specifically, but it's about this. Is it the Blue Umbrella? Yeah. And I thought at first it was like stop motion animation or CGI, like they took a live action. That's how well it was lit and shot. It almost looked like reality. But you could tell it wasn't because, I mean, obviously the objects were coming to life and you knew it couldn't have been real. And it's called The Blue Umbrella. It's really a sweet little short. And when I heard this music, I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. And the woman that did it, sang the non-worded vocal, got a little bit of recognition on Twitter. People were like, man, that was a beautiful, very simple melody, and she sang it well. Because it's musical without being words. You know, she's singing, but she's not singing words. Power is back on. Oh, that's right. You did text me about something being out. I didn't see what it was. I was getting ready for my stream, and I was too busy focused on getting ready for stream and wrapping up what I was doing on Lego Fortnite. How are you, Greg? Welcome on. I'm glad the power's back on. Very much so. There's 66 colors. Oh, more than I thought. This like even now, like I'm hearing the music reminds me of how much that short impacted. I'm like, God, that short was so beautiful. And I remember thinking, why does this exist? It's so beautiful. I'll have to watch it again because it's really short and charming. It's like a 5-minute short. It's really tiny. And I forget what it ran in front of. Maybe Up? No, it wasn't Up. It may have been Inside Out. I don't remember which one it was, but it was brilliant in front of whatever short it was, whatever movie it was supposed to be in. Because usually they do a Pixar short or a Disney short before a major feature. And usually they're so well made that even those get well done. It's like 7-ish and the power went out. From what I was hearing, there was a transformer or something sparking, so it sounded bad. The estimated time for it was back was like an hour 15, so it seemed like it was real bad. Yeah, exactly. That's a massive. It reminds me of, excuse me, I'm so sleepy. Reminds me of when I was in upstate New York as a kid. There was an ice storm. They used to have a Wikipedia page. For whatever reason, it was deleted. Ice storm of 1991. It was terrible. Like, we opened the front door where we lived in upstate New York, and all we heard was pop, pop, pop. You could hear the transformers popping in the distance. It was bad. I mean, it was that bad. Right in the middle of that. No, I'm just kidding. God, that's such a cute little. If you haven't seen it, it's called The Blue Umbrella, and I'm sure it's on Disney Plus because it was a great animated short. Speaking of weird stuff I listen to. Early Distant Warning? Is that what this one is? NATO commissioned this group called Icebreaker to make music based on the early distant warning stations along the Arctic. And what they did was they took sound clips of the radar and stuff and worked it into the music. And they did a whole album. And it's a really cool album. It's electronic and really bizarre. It's called Early Distant Warning. Because they wanted to bring up awareness to the fact that there was actually stations up in the north, in the great white north of Canada and Alaska, listening to whatever traffic might be coming across from Russia, or anywhere, in fact. Not just Russia, but Russia specifically, because this is during the Cold War. But just to raise awareness of the fact that these things existed. So they commissioned this group to write music based on the sounds of the stations. Also, to answer your question, yeah, Feel Good Inc. is something I'm really excited for. It's my least favorite Gorillaz song right up there next to Clint Eastwood, but I'm glad to play it at the festival until my fingers bleed. Yeah. I mean, I get it, because it's kind of a really popular song, and sometimes it's like, just because it's popular doesn't mean it's their best work. A.K.A. Devo. Whip It isn't necessarily their best song. It's not a horrible song from them, but when you compare it to, say, Uncontrollable Urge, or the remake of I Can't Get No Satisfaction, or Jocko Homo, or any of the other songs that are, a diehard fan would know, it pales to, like, you listen to Whip It, and you're like, how is this even them? Like, Whip It is corny and has no real message. And Uncontrollable Urge is got a message. Jocko Homo has a message. I Can't Get No Satisfaction, of course, doesn't have really a message, so to speak, but it's because it's, I guess Whip It is just about, like, pure anarchy in a sense. It's just like that spirit of, Whip It, it's just like, what's what I'm looking for? Just energy for energy's sake, I guess is a good way of putting it. But it's not really a great representation of what they do. It's a representation, but not a very good one. And I feel like Gorillaz does have better songs than Feel Good Inc. Oh, Feel Good Inc. is great. And part of it is, the reason I love it is because of that bass that, Danger Mouse loves to use. Boom, dum, 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 dum. Like, it's not, like, specifically that sound, but it's that dry kind of really dum, 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 dun, 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 dun. Like, that's clearly a Danger Mouse, that quality of it, the timbre of it, the timbre of it is a Danger Mouse thing. Hello, by the way, Big, I just now saw it. I mean, I know you were here, I had the Leroy Jenkins. But the timbre of it is very dry and kind of plucky. And that's what he likes. That's what Danger Mouse likes to put in his bass. You could literally write a thesis about how Danger Mouse uses that particular type of bass. It features in, and again, he's sampling, but he's sampling songs that use those kinds of bass lines with those kinds of things. Not with that one, but in other songs of his, like, for example, Crazy. He found an old spaghetti western that had a doom, 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 doom. Really dry, plucked bass. And again, it's not like it's, he wrote that. He found a sample that fit that. And it's cool, though, because, like, when they credit the music, they credit the original composer of that track that Danger Mouse sampled from. So he's not just ripping it off. It'll say, blah, blah, blah. It's just, I got to head out early. I promised I'd be back with a friend of mine. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice for you to stick with your friend. That's awesome. It's the same problem with Queen. There's only two songs that people seem to think about. It's just, I know all about Queen. Don't challenge me about Queen. Bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle. But yeah, there's only two songs people seem to know. We Are the Champions, and I don't even hear Bohemian Rhapsody as much, these two. Yeah, and Bohemian Rhapsody is kind of overplayed, but I do like it so much. We Are the Champion and We Will Rock You. But then there's also, I hear a lot of I was at a whip there because it just sounds fun. Boom, 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 boom. Another one, Bites the Dust, gets a lot of play, I think, in my area at least. But then again, there's Bicycle Race. There's one of my favorite. Oh, we gotta play my favorite one. We have to play my favorite one. We're going to skip over the early distant warning. And we'll see what the next track would have been. It would have been Take Me to the River. That's a good song. But I want to listen to my favorite one. No, it's true, though. It's true. What you say, there's so many really good, amazing songs from them. Bohemian Rhapsody, No One Bites the Dust. Killer Queen's a great song. I love Killer Queen. Killer Queen is top notch. Bicycle Race, Fat Bottom Girls, You're My Best Friend. Don't Stop Me, because I'm having a good time. Or, I know this one gets overplayed too, which is, Can Anybody? That's such a great song too. Killer Queen was also a great, it's amazing. But one of my favorite ones is this one. I don't care how cheesy it is. It's cheesy. I know it. I'm ugly coughing now. It's so cheesy. The movie is cheesy. And I love this song so much. Every one of us. Oh, ordinary events. Formerly of NASA. Yeah, it's corny, but it's so good that it's cool because it is corny. Kind of like it's like what's the name of that movie? Come on. I love King of the Impossible. Fuck you mean? Caught approaching. That works at Ajax to bring back his body. Flash. Just a man. It just goes into this ballad. Just a man. Oh my god, it's so great. Starship Troopers is what I was trying to think of. It's so corny, it's good. And it's like, if people say, "Oh, that movie sucks," you're like, it doesn't suck. It's corny, but it's great. It's like Independence Day. Independence Day is a great movie, but it's corny as hell. Don't get me wrong. And I love Independence Day. Flash. I love you. We only have 8 hours to save the Earth. Flash, I love you, but we only have 14 hours left to save the Earth. That's a quote I would not be on my bingo card. It would not be. Flash, I love you, but we only have 14 hours left to save the Earth. Yeah, I guess we better get on that, huh? Better get on that. Better get on that world saving. Flash, I love you, but we only have 14 hours left to save the Earth. But like you said, it's not even the best one. My favorite one was the lesser known song. I forget what it's called, but it gives me the vibes of being on a pirate ship. I was going to skip it, but it might be this one. This does have that kind of an almost sea shanty sort of vibe about it. I mean, 7 Seas. Also, I gotta check. Nah, not this one. Okay. Let me find the name of it. Because the thing is, this is the greatest hits. That doesn't mean it's the only good stuff they ever made. This is a good one, too. This is one of my favorite ones, too. Sad songs. Just for two. Heartstrings be your Valentino just for two. Ooh, love, here he goes again. Ooh, lover boy. Oh, hey boy. Old fashioned lover boy. Ooh, let me feel your heartbeat. Go faster, faster. Oh, romancing. Oh, love, here he goes again. Lover boy. Ooh, hey boy. On the telephone. Love you. Hey boy. Hey boy. Love, lover boy. I wonder if that's where Franz Ferdinand got that one bit of that one song, Night at the Opera. No, that was a good album. I don't know much about it. Of course, I do know that this is where Bohemian Rhapsody comes from, is Night at the Opera. And it's also a take on the Marx Brothers movie, Name. Woodblock. Who would put a woodblock in a poppy rock song? Oh, love, here it goes again. Who love a boy? Hey, boy. Fashion lover boy. That's a good song. But there's another one I want to get to, because I think it's going to loop to. I don't want to listen to this one. This one. This is a good one. Ipsamo and Shando in a pretty cabinet. It's a kind of old-fashioned wine. I actually seen ads for Moet Chandon, if I'm saying that right. Well, just versed. Really nice. She's a killer queen. Ah, the gelatine. Tear your mind with a laser beam. Anytime. Recommended appetite. Insatiable and appetite. Wanna try? Bow wow. To avoid conversation, she rarely kept the same address. In the stations, she spoke complications, not conversations. China went down to Geisha Minor. We can climb naturally. But just sitting like naturally. Gunpowder gelatine, take mine with a laser beam. Anytime. I'm sad I wasn't alive to go to the last Queen concert. Man, why are all the bands I want to see not for making music anymore? Well, I mean, Queen does make music, but not with, obviously, Freddie Mercury. Hell, VR had the messed opportunity, like these big record companies could get game developers and recreate these concerts for people in VR. Yeah, just recreate them. Instead of trying to make new content, just rebring the old content back so people can experience it. They do that with, like, Fathom events and stuff. Like, they brought back the Talking Heads Stop Making Sense concert video, which is considered to be one of the greatest concert videos ever made, and they brought it back in theaters as a re-release, and actually it was the top grossing IMAX re-release last year stopped making sense. And they brought it back again because it made such a good ticket the first time. Because it's considered to be, I mean, it's so iconic. Because it set the standard for music videos. It was artistic, but it also didn't, like, go over the top. I stopped quickly because I heard him singing. I was like, oh gosh. I wasn't expecting Queen to jump out like that. Yeah, like, imagine going to a Nirvana concert in VR. Exactly. There should be enough technology to do that. Don't make a new concert of made-up stuff with Nirvana. Just re-release a concert that they have filmed and VR it. Like I said, there's enough technology to do that. You could use AI to flesh out the rest of it. You've got enough footage, just 3D it out, you know? Use the AI to guess the rest of it. No. I don't want to listen to this one, though. It's not a bad song, but I don't want to listen to it. I didn't mean for that. Oh! It just stopped naturally. What's this one? No, I don't want that one. I do want this one, though. Find me somebody to love. Oh, God. I died a little. Can't really get up on my feet. Take a look at the mirror, and cry. Believe in you. Just can't get no relief, Lord. Somebody. Ooh, somebody. Anybody find me somebody to love. He works hard. That quick? It says 45 more seconds. I mean, I'm not upset about that. I'm glad. Come from my eyes, Lord. Somebody, anybody find me somebody to love. He works hard every day. I try, but everybody puts me down. Crazy. They say I've got water on the brain. No one left to believe in. Yeah. Right? Just get drunk and put on a headset and jam out to a concert you couldn't have gone to. Because, like, let's be real here. I couldn't ever think of going to a Nirvana concert because Kurt died before I was born. Exactly. It wasn't even a possibility for you. It's not like you had the opportunity and it failed you. I'll tell you what, the strangest opportunity I ever had in my entire life was I got to see Henry Mancini, the famous composer that wrote, film composer, that wrote the themes for, the Baby Elephant Walk and the Pink Panther theme and a whole bunch of other great iconic film music. He even worked on the score for the original Creature from the Black Lagoon, which he brought up with great delight in his concert, reminding people that he did write that, including the section called The Monster Gets Mark, and he even played that in the concert. Wham, wham, wham. I even still remember the main theme of the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Because he was a Universal studio composer. Be real. And he died of cancer like shortly after that, not shortly after that concert, but a couple of years later. I was a kid, and I had the opportunity to see one of the greatest film composers of American history. Which is weird to think about that I got to see Henry Mancini before he passed. Like, I'm like, that really happened. I was really there. He was really conducting. It'd be like if seeing John Williams conduct in real life. In fact, when John Williams' birthday was had, Henry Mancini was there. And he goes, "Hey, Johnny, remember this?" And he played a little snippet of something that Johnny had recorded in the studio. Johnny Williams. They called him Johnny. The only band I wanted to see with the concert was Gorillaz. But the closest they usually get to me is Boston. Boston's a bitch drive to, yeah. Maybe they're going to hit New York with the next album. Somebody. It would be nice. They have a great experience, though, from what I've heard. Ooh, I hate you, Freddie Mercury, because I can't sing that high. I mean, I don't hate him. I love the fact that he can do those things because I can't. Lord knows I can't. One of the funniest things I've ever seen about Freddie Mercury, he was being interviewed, and he was talking about one of his solo albums, and he goes, well, this album has the Queen sound, doesn't it? And immediately Freddie Mercury goes, no, it doesn't have the Queen sound. I need the other boys to make the Queen sound. If you mean it sounds like Queen because of my voice, that's because I'm the lead singer. But he says, we don't get the Queen sound because I'm singing. The Queen sound only happens when the other three guys of Queen are with me. And he says, it's like, what would you classify? He goes, and he says, oh, it classifies as kind of like a pop sound. And like, you hear a bang in the background. He goes, kind of like that. And he goes, no, I'd make a bigger bang than that, love. And you're like, whoa, Freddie Mercury. I love that. It's like you hear pops go, oh, that's the Queen sound right there. There's the pop. He goes, we'd make a bigger bang than that, darling. I'm like, jeez, Freddie. Didn't miss a beat. We'd make a bigger bang than that, darling. Like, you flirt. I love Freddie, but I'm super jealous of him because, like, even if I was good at singing, I'd never be that good. Yeah, he literally had too many teeth for his mouth. That's why he had that big overbite. He clinically, they talk about it in Bohemian Rhapsody, so unless that was a lie, but I think I looked at it on Wikipedia, it's true. He was born with 2 extra teeth in his mouth, which pushed all of his teeth outward, which gave him a gigantic vocal cavity, which made him just belt because his mouth was bigger than it ought to be. So he could, he literally was blessed with a mouth that amplified his vocals more than most people would have had. It's a heck of a blessing to be born with. It's like, I don't mean to dehumanize him or anything, but it's like when Secretariat passed on the horse, and they took it out, and they found out that Secretariat's heart was like 3 pounds heavier than the largest horse breed on speech. Like, he was when he finally passed on, they measured his organs and everything. They dedicated him to science. He had an abnormally large heart. He shouldn't have had a heart that big, but that's what made him an incredible racehorse. Because he was born with an abnormally large heart, and it gave him stamina and power that other racehorses didn't have, and that's why he's probably the most sired of all horses of all time, because his genes were so perfect. He shouldn't have had a heart that size. It was a deformity, but it was a great deformity. It'd be like if he was born with super healing or something. It's a deformity, but it's a good one. Oh, hey, Greg, I should tell you this. In the town, I built a... I didn't build... I did. I built a... in what I'm calling Fort Beebe, I built a food processor. I was going to put it in Bo's little tavern, but I don't know if they wanted such a big, clunky piece of equipment in there. Because it was daily quests for Lego Fortnite, and one of them was eat a fish food. I'm like, fish food? I'm supposed to eat... What? You want me to eat fish food like a fish would eat? And then I realized I meant food made from a fish. And I was over here like, I should eat fish food. Why you want I should eat that? And then I realized it meant... And so I was like, how do I get it? So I looked at how you do it. You actually take a food processor and you put the fish you caught in the food processor and it spits out fish fillet. And you put the... What do you call it? Not squirt. What's it called? The blue one. Splash, I guess? I think that's what it's called. Splash? I call it the fortunes are better too. Slurp. Yeah, slurp. When you put the slurp fish in there, that's what it's called. Slurp fish. Thank you, Greg. You put a slurp fish in there, you'll get slurp canisters and fish fillet. So it'll process the food down into raw bits and ingredients. Yeah, I call hers Fort BB, and I call Wong's fort to the west Fort Wongi, because there's literally like a stockade, like a fort around it. And then Era's got a house on the hill. Do you have a place yet? I'm kind of working on one, but it's not like it's like mine and no one else can be there, because I do hit my bed currently still at the main fort. It's just, I think it'd be advantageous to have way stations. So I'm building one along the north, because it looks like it's BRB's. I'm going to go from your direction. BRB's over here, Era's over here, and then no, this is wrong. Let me do it this way. So it'll be this one. BRB's is here, Era Moore's is here, and then Bo is working in the desert over here. So I'm building one kind of up here. So it's going to be pushing northward, where those are pushing eastward. I'm going to push northward a little bit because there's a cave nearby. And I've been trying to replenish our stocks of... his Wong's cave entrance is... Actually, Wong's cave entrance actually leads to BRB's fort. If you go into the nearest fort entrance on the northeast corner of her fort, if you follow the left-facing wall, follow it as tight as possible, it leads out by Wong's fort. It's a throughway. It's a little warp tunnel. And if you just follow the tightest, you go into the cave in the northeast of hers, follow the wall to the left, just follow it as close as you can to the left, it'll lead you right out to his... I mean, not all the way, because obviously if you go to the left, it'll go off to the side. But if you keep on the left wall, you'll eventually see the exit to his fort. I kind of have a place. I went out to make my own town and saw a castle, but I'm not strong enough to take the castle, so I built a town near it called Fort Gregg. As like Fort Gregg, and when I take that castle, it'll be my main town. Yeah, I'm just building a castle-like thing on the house. Not on a house, on a hilltop, just so that's a good way station. Again, will I live there? I don't know yet. I'm kind of partial to the Japanese builds, but we don't have that unlocked yet, I don't think. So I'm just right now just trying to build a way station so that we can... it makes a good resort to go to after going through the desert, because that desert is brutal. Like, I tried killing a brute, no luck. My friend Big was telling me I need to actually have a crossbow, load up with crossbow bolts, and let that be my... that's what I have to use to kill him. But he's like, it's going to take like 20, 30, probably more like 40 to 50 bolts. I'm like, yeah, I used like 20. System of a Down stopped making music in 2006 and got together because of issues in Armenia. They made one more album in 2020 because before that I started listening to them. It was really doubtful that they're all going to get together again because it's a big melting pot of political beliefs. Like John Diamond, their drummer, is a Trump supporter, and Darren Malakian, the guitar player, is very vocally against him. So yeah, complicated. Yeah, I get that. See, I'm very vocally, politically against a lot of people. And a lot of people automatically assume because I'm vocally against certain people that I'm automatically for the other one. And I'm like, nah, people are both idiots. One being an idiot doesn't presuppose the other one's a genius. Then you can't support neither one. I'm like, yeah, I can actually. The idea that we have to forcibly support one because we don't support the other is not what we stand for. It's not what makes our country great. We can choose to support what we wish. And I don't choose to support idiots of any variety. But if I automatically say, oh, I don't support this candidate, oh, so you love this person. No, I don't actually. I'm against both the Democrat leader and the Republican leader. Yep. 100%. And even the thing is, my friends that voted for Biden even had said, guys, and this is the politicals I'm going to get, they even said, guys, Biden is extremely problematic. Let's not forget that. If when they were like hoping he would win before he did win, he would look like, guys, if we do win, we still have a fight in front of us. And I'm like, I appreciate the fact that they were like, they didn't go into this with closed eyes. They went into this with, hey, this is what we're up against. I'm not going to vote for Trump, but also Biden is problematic as well. And I respect that they were not oh, but he's so wonderful. No blinders. There was no blinders among my friends that I know of that voted for him. Because politicians in general are problematic for the most part. That's why I don't want to talk too much about politics. Because this is a place to support life and forget about those idiots. I love how Trump supporters are like, but Biden's problematic too. And you're like, yeah, exactly. My friends were like, yeah, he's a problem. He grabs people's hair and sniffs it. And his memory is slipping. So it's like, I love that they're like, but yeah, we know. That's why we're keeping an eye on him. That was literally, it was like, we gotta still babysit him though, guys. And that to me gives me hope for my friends, you know, and gives me hope for America in general. That, you know, they didn't make it it's us or them. It was like, no, you can make a better of two choices and still not make a great one. That's called a compromise. What's that from? That's from Lower Decks, isn't it? I don't know if you've watched Lower Decks, Greg, but they have a game called Diplomatics or something like that. And the aim of the game is to make both people unhappy because you come up with a compromise. So you try to meet in the middle where everybody gets something and nobody's actually 100% happy. Something like that, I think is what it's called. And the goal of the game is to make sure that you get something, but you don't get everything you want. I just try to, because no matter what party, it's going to be a senile man who should be in prison. Facts. Hold on. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Like, that's the part that makes me laugh the most. It's like, neither one of them should be running a country. Both of them should be at home. That's what, again, if you have strong feelings about stuff, folks, I apologize, but that's how my philosophy is. The part that makes me the most depressed when I think about it, and this is my last thing I'm going to say about this, is the best we can do is the same matchup we had 4 years ago, and we didn't like most of the people I talked to didn't like the choices they had then. It's sad that the best we can do in a country full of millions of people is the same two idiots we didn't want in the first place. It's like Blizzard throwing stuff into Overwatch saying, but you really will like this. You just need to give it a try. And we're like, no, we freaking hate it. You just don't listen to us. That's what it's like. And what we need is Flash Gordon to save us. Because he's for every one of us. This always makes me think of Lonzak! Have you ever seen Star Trek Voyager? And, what's it called? Vork and Ajax to bring back his body. Captain Proton, which is basically Flash Gordon. It's alive. Flash Gordon or Gordon Freeman? He will save every one of us. Wait, not. I'm thinking about Flash Gordon. Gordon Freeman. My favorite quote from. I forgot to wish my friend happy birthday. Poopy Scoopies. What was it? My favorite quote is when he's talking about, like, he goes into a room, like one of the side rooms, and he sees, "You're dead, Freeman." Oh no, they know my name. I'm not walking away from this. No, well, he does kind of fight. Does he fight for us at the end of? I mean, they spelled. I know they did. They did. Friedman is like, "You're dead, Freeman." They didn't even spell my name. Oh, but they know. And he goes, "But they know my name." Oh, there goes all chance of me walking away from this. They've already got me marked. There's no way I'm walking away from this. It's like, yep, the government's made you, buddy. You're done. But I think they kind of infer, and I could be wrong, that the Freedman, not that even, that the G-Man is trying to get him to work for us, or at least for himself. Mr. Freeman. My favorite quote from him is, "It's time to wake up, Mr. Freeman. Time to wake up and smell the ashes." It's like one of the creepiest quotes ever, but it's also amazing. Anyway, bright topic. Killer Queen is a JoJo is a stand. In JoJo is a stand. The universe is power set. And right, we talked about this. The musicians, the different people are, their powers and their names are named after records and or rock bands and or combinations of them. Killer Queen is a JoJo stand. Turning thing touches into a bomb and its alternate powers like indestructible hearts. Heat-seeking bomb called sheer heart attack and ability to rewind a previous point in time. Dawson was the best villain in the series that I've seen. Why is it one of the worst games you've ever played? I want to know why that is. If it's what I'm thinking it is, then I would agree with you. If it's what I hope it's not what I think it is. Pick up that can. Is it because you had to pick up a can? No, I'm kidding. I know that's not why. I just like going, pick up that can. I can go on for hours. What were you thinking? Well, I'm thinking it's the stupid boat journey. The stupid boat journey will make you pull your hair out. That boat is not searable. I don't know why they released that game with that boat. What is it? The boat ride into Nova Prospect? Like, that was the dumbest mechanic. I get the idea. But the actual mechanic of it was horrible. You couldn't control that boat. The boat is bad, yes. The car is also bad. Oh, we talking about the riverboat's terrible. Which car? Where's the car in that? I know what you're talking about. The dune buggy. Yeah, that wasn't the best steering thing either. With the sand lions on the beach, the idea of the sand lion beach thing was amazing. But that steering that moon buggy was crap. The antlines, yeah, those were cool. The idea of them was cool. Having to struggle and get to fighting with them with that stupid car and the ability to steer it like it's a freaking chuck wagon, no. Give me an actual car I can steer, yeah, game on. But with that stupid car, absolutely freaking not. So I did absolutely freaking not. Hope you don't mind if I listen to it. I know it's overplayed. Possibly one of the most feminine rock singers of all time, singing the power anthem that's always sung in stadiums. 2 of them. We are the champions and we will rock you. I love an epic rap when he goes, my songs have, well, let's just say, spirit. They're the anthems of victory. It's like, yep, they are the anthems of victory, literally. I also love this guitar solo references the contour of the melody, but it doesn't actually follow his actual melody. You notice that? I'm going to back it up real quick. It's in a different mode. I'll tell you what I'm talking about here. It's a better on your face. Then your big disgrace. All over the place. But again, now here's where kind of starts taking more variation on it. But again, it's not even, it's the right contour of the melody, but it's not the right notes. It's going the right directions. It's what's called similar motion. It goes up when it should go up, it goes down when it should go down, but it's not the right notes. It's not even the right intervals. Portal 2 does everything Half-Life 2 sets out to do, but is actually good. The long and short of what I find bad about Half-Life 2 is they made a boomer shooter into a game that shows off the physics engine, which ended up being a terrible shooter, and the actual showing off the engine was done better in Portal 2. But the thing I liked about it the most was the grav gun. And I thought you were going to say, oh, well, the puzzle elements. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you know the puzzle elements are part of what made Half-Life in the first place. I'm pretty sure you know that. You're very... It threw me, though, because I didn't know it. Antline sucked, too, because the physics aren't the best thing ever, and you can't touch the sand or be attacked. What I do is just run across it, because I'll be damned to deal with it, and I only have 3 spawn max, yeah. Like, what bugged me is I didn't understand the concept of a puzzle game. Because I was looking like, there's no way the goal is to move these boxes and jump on top of it. This is a shooting game. And then I was like, oh, you are supposed to do that. And then when I started realizing, I'm like, oh, you're supposed to solve puzzles too. Okay. Like, I didn't know that because I went into Half-Life 2 completely blind with no knowledge of what was going on. Except that it was one of the most critically acclaimed games of all time. Well, at least Half-Life was. And not that Half-Life 2 wasn't. It's just, Half-Life 2 is praised a lot for its physics. What you said. A lot of people were like, wow, it's not about just shooting stuff. It's also about the gravity gun. But you're right, it is kind of a showcase for that engine. What is it? The Source engine. And that was the one thing I saw people praising about it was that it was fun to have a gun that didn't focus, that could be used as more than just one thing. It wasn't a shooting gun. It could be used to grab objects and then shoot them at people as a projectile, but it could also be used to grab things, pull things, repel things for both defense and attack, and just for utility. And they said that was an interesting concept because you could weaponize it by grabbing a saw blade and then chunking that saw blade at high velocity, but that wasn't its only purpose. It could be used for any half a dozen of different options in the map, and it wasn't just purely for shooting things out. Fun thing about this song is it ends in a half cadence, and it bugs my wife to no end that it ends on a half cadence. She hates that it ends on a half cadence. No time for losing, 'cause we are the champions. Because she wants to go, of the world. But see, that's why it's a half cadence, because champions. And it ends. That's why it's a half cadence. If it was a full cadence, you get of the world. That would be the other half of the cadence, you see. That's what they call a half cadence. Also, when the game lets you use the gravity gun to fix things, but the game tells you. What? It really can't be used for all that much things that you can prop back enemies and throw things at enemies. That's all. No, but the thing is, you can grab stuff. You can grab the saw blade, chuck the saw blades. I use it to, like I said, pick up objects and move them. Pick up objects and throw them. And also to unplug cords. Like you can use, like if you couldn't get through a door, you could use the gravity gun to pull it through a broken window. But I can also see where you're saying, hey, Portal did it better. Because Portal was exclusive focus on the puzzle elements. And, yeah, to be fair, it did let you see that part of the engine a lot better. The grav gun was the whole point of showing off the engine, but hear me out. This is why I should care. In the words of Freeman's mind, I have a shotgun. Yeah, but the thing is, and again, this isn't, there's nothing. Oh, poop. They already rated out. Oh, man. The person I was going to raid, I never can get a chance to raid this person. I never get to get it. Yeah, she raided out already, didn't she? Yeah, poop. And Debbie raided out already too. What? How late is it that Debbie already rated out? I might. I wish I could rate it like stream from 6 to 8 or something, or 7 to 9 or something. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there's anybody I can raid. I'm not raiding yet. Oh no, Debbie's down in there. Why is she? Why is she so low on the list? The game's like, nah. Twitch is like, nah, you don't care about Debbie. Yeah, the game will tell you you have to use the gravity gun to get through a door, so it really defeats the idea of, well, I did this and it was great, but no, you didn't because think of this because... Yeah, and the thing, I think it's because they wanted to make it idiot-proof. Meaning, what happened was, and I know this is what happened, in playtesting, they didn't have that voice line. And people couldn't figure out what to do next. So they put the voice line in so that they could... Well, I disagree with that only because the problem is they've play tested it. That's why they did that. They play tested it and people probably couldn't figure it out. That's like, for example, I don't know how much you know about Portal Original, about the origin of the companion cube. The companion cube was originally a cube, just a regular weighted storage cube. Originally, that's all it was. And the goal was they were supposed to use the cube throughout the entire level. But they said people were taking the cube, using it as a step, getting the next part of the level, and then going, how do we get through this? There's an energy pellet. How do we block it? And they weren't making the connection. When you're done stepping on the cube to get up, grab that cube and take it with you to block. And then take the cube with you further and use it to deflect the energy pellet. I know there's an ad, so I'm going to wait a minute. I know. Are you back? It looks like y'all are back, according to my chart. My handy-dandy little counter says you're back. But I know that's what happened, Greg. I know. Because I know this. Because what happened with the weighted companion cube was people were using it to use it as a step. They get up the step, and then they go to the next room and they get killed by the energy pellet. And no matter how many times they tested it, people would not take the cube with them past this first step. They just assumed that once they got up the step, the use of the cube was over with. And they're like, how do we make people realize that they should be taking this cube with them for the entire course of the map? Enter GLaDOS. This is your weighted companion cube. And the heart was then branded on the side of it. That was when it became the weighted companion cube. Because they realized people were just ditching the cube at the first opportunity, not knowing it was going to have utility throughout the entire rest of that map. So they put the heart on the side of it, called it the weighted companion cube, and then all of a sudden people couldn't drop the thing. But see, it took playtesting for them to realize that people were not getting the connection that just because they stepped on the cube, that was the only use of the cube in that particular level. It's ludicrous, though, but it's what happened. OG Pro has also playtested to death, and the companion cube is a great example of what happens when they use playtesters to playtest the decisions made based on how they feel. For example, they want us to become attached to the cube, and it works for people who have been playtesting the thing for months because it's the first friendly thing they put into the game in like months. But then I come in, and I never feel bad for sitting in the cube because I don't have the same experience. But see, I did feel bad about sitting in the cube. You monster. I literally looked for any way I could to save that damn companion cube. I literally did. But it's true, though, because they honestly thought it would be painfully obvious you just bring the cube with you. For science, you monster. You killed all the little sisters, didn't you, Greg? I'm just kidding. I actually killed my first little sister. And my friend goes, I knew you would. I'm like, what's that? What do you mean you knew I would kill the first little sister? Because I figured they were... Yeah, I did too. I didn't kill all of them. But once he said, I knew you'd kill them. What do you mean? I figured they were like Borg. Once they're Borg, or once a Borg, always a Borg. He goes, no, you could save them. You jerk. You let me be a murderer first and then you tell me? Because I don't know about video games. Like, I didn't know that if you use electroshock into a splicer standing in water, it does double damage. I'm like, yeah, that's how it works in real life, that you'd get more damage if you get electrical shocks when you're standing in water. And he's like, no, but that's how it works. And that was my first dawning that video games actually had programmed in consequence like that. So I'm like, oh, so this thing, the oil stick, can use the fire one, they burn more because the oil goes off? Because remember, I went from playing like DOS and Windows 3.1 games that just had shoot and things die, to all of a sudden, oh, damage multipliers and consequences and... Did you play your friend's save file? No. But see, I don't know, I don't think it taught you that. I don't feel like it taught me anything. Because the thing is, you have, this is where it fell to me, though. This is where it fell to me. Because the only person saying that they could be saved was Dr. Tenenbaum, who was brand new. You know what I mean? Dr. Tenenbaum just goes, she can be saved. She's just a little girl. And Atlas is the one saying, she's not. She's one of the little monsters. And the thing is, Atlas had been with you from the beginning, so I trusted him because I'm like, oh, Tenenbaum's just trying to throw me off the trail. She's just some new person that showed up. So I just, again, not knowing how games worked, I was used to, character that comes... It was like the Psycho thing, you know? Have you seen so... Oh, Guitar, thank you for the raid! Welcome on in! We were talking about, random stuff. I'm going to turn this music down a bit because it's getting a little tense for me. Welcome on in! What were you working on? I'm Jason Enos Art. Hi, I'm drawing a puppy. Well, not a puppy, but a full-grown dog. Yo, yo, yo! Welcome on in. First raid for today. What were you working on? Of course, welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Jason Enos Art. Like I said, I'm working on this puppy. Well, full-grown dog in Copic Markers. Oof, that was not a good feeling. And I say what we're working on, but you could be gaming. That's fine, too. Like, that's not working on something, but at the same time, it's doing something. Improv! Nice! Think that's how this works? Yes! Guys, go follow Guitar. I think I already do. Yeah, I do. Because when I hover over the follow button, it gives a broken heart, which means, oh, you want to unfollow them? I'm like, no! I do not want to unfollow Guitar. But yeah, while we were drawing this, we were talking about BioShock and the consequences and how I didn't realize how scripted games had become, because I grew up in the era of DOS games where, you shoot things happen. Characters standing in water don't get more damage because they're standing in water. And then I walk into BioShock and, characters that are standing in water take extra damage from the electroshock. And I didn't know this. And also in video games, if a character is a newer character, they're probably trying to deceive your character. So when Tenenbaum says you can save the little girls, I'm like, oh, she's a liar because she's a new character. The character that's been guiding me through the narration is trustworthy because he's the new character. Yeah, I was not. I mean, he's the original character. That's how naive I was. What kind of improv did you do? Like, did you have themes? Did you have viewer suggested themes, or did you just like go whatever, like stream of consciousness, whatever entered your head? Because my friend Pegleg Standoff, he does art that way. He has a general idea of what he wants to start with, but then he goes off on whatever is inspiring him at that moment. So he might be like, oh, today I'm going to draw faces. But then he might go, yeah, but I'm going to draw elephant faces instead. So he might start off with a stimulus and then change the focus of the stimulus midway through. And what instrument did you play? Or were you just doing electronic builds like using a what do you call it? Jeez, a DAW, digital audio workstation, like a sampler or a MIDI sequencer, which I use a MIDI sequencer when I compose. Because even if you write for real instruments, a MIDI sequencer can let you hear what it sounds like and let you know if it's working or not. Just stream of consciousness and me and my guitar. Hey, that's fair. I want to say there's jazz that does that. You know what I mean? You set loose parameters, and then you just go ham. You just start making music. You don't worry about what you're going to do. You just make it. What we're listening to now is the Les Mignanas from France. Speaking of music, like they're not popular because they do this kind of retro 1960s kind of rock, and people are like, why don't you do a more popular rock sound? Like, because we don't want to. We just want to do retro sounding rock. So they're a French group that does like 1950s, 1960s kind of mod music, and it feels like you're listening to music from the 50s and 60s. That's what they want to make. So they make that. Hey, a little late. Welcome on in, Proud Nerd Girl. Just now saw you buried in the messages there. So we're just chilling out to some music that's, just cool. How long were you streaming for today? Because I know it's kind of tough to it takes a lot of energy to improvise. It really does. You have to have kind of a good base of knowledge, but to come up with stuff, and it can be a relaxing process if you don't put yourself under too much pressure. I think I probably put myself under too much pressure. That's probably why I don't. If I do improvise, I just do it for myself, and I haven't done it forever because I don't have a keyboard right now. I know you love. And this one is Goldfish from South Africa. They're a jazz duo that write music for the dance clubs of like Ibiza and stuff like that. So they're classically trained jazz musicians. That was their degree in college. So they literally write tracks where they can pick up their saxophone and play along. Only for an hour or a bit. That's a pretty good, comfortable, like, improv session. Now I'm thinking about another musician who does a lot of improv stuff, which is Terry Riley, who's a minimalist composer. He would literally write the bare skeletal outline of what he wanted to accomplish, and then he would play basically a version of it every time, but it would be a different way of seeing it. Did you sing, or was it just like guitar? And was it electric guitar, acoustic guitar? I'm asking a lot of questions because, I think I'm a musician. I don't like play or perform. I do write, or at least I did in college, and I would write. I write up in my head. I just got to actually figure out what a way to convey it down on paper. And also I write more orchestral, which is kind of tough to write because there's no outlet for me to actually perform that because I don't write in such a way that I can play it all myself. I could play a reduced version of the score, perhaps. But who would perform the actual full score, Know that you love more than you hate. Know that you love more than you hate. So that's the tough part, because I really love writing music, but the music I write is more like cinematic kind of feeling and orchestral. It's like, who's going to perform it? No one, because it's too big for any one group, small group to play. It would have to be a full orchestra, and it's like, I can't afford to hire a whole orchestra to play my music. You know, even if I did, it'd probably bankrupt me. I have had some performances in my work in college. Mostly by college musicians because they couldn't afford to hire too many professionals. They did bring in professionals, though. They brought in a local cellist, and her husband is a... Kilstoff is her name. And her husband's a local composer, Mark Kilstoff, and he's an incredible composer. He wrote this piece that I wish I had a recording of Rivers Within, and the piece is gorgeous. Acoustic and very poor singing. No, that's fair though. You're among friends here. It's okay. I mean, I sing with myself all the time when I'm drawing. So. Trust me. If people can put up with my awful singing during my streams, I'm sure your singing was not as bad as you pretended to be. To never forget the source. Also, everyone is their own worst critic. Yeah, it's true. This is true. We all go, ugh, I could have done better with that. Yeah, we could have done better. We also could have done worse. I don't know why we're so cruel on ourselves. Is this too dark? I'm going to see if this is too dark. Yeah, it's too dark. I need a little bit more mauve pink. Believe it or not, this is actually closer to the truth, this little mauve pink color. Yeah. I need something that's a little bit more. Get in there. Get in there. There we go. But it's true. We're too tough on ourselves. Let's see what. Is it this one? Hey, sorry. I'm trying to figure out what the color of this tongue, I think, is much pinker. I mean, much more lavender than I would think. Oh, it's darker than I thought. Wow, it's way dark. It is way, way dark. It's much darker than I gave it credit for. And then this is way, way darker. More Liminianas. Well, come on, says. But again, thank you for the raid. Sorry if I seem a little distracted. I'm trying to concentrate on my drawing, but I definitely want to talk more. If you got more to talk about the music, please do. Like I said, we are a music-loving channel. We were talking about, Greg and I were talking about, before you came in, about how we wish that there was a lot more opportunity to do virtual remakes of concerts that have already happened. Like, just a VR experience. Rather than trying to make new, like, AI, like, oh, what would have happened if Kurt Cobain had write new music? Don't do that. Just go, okay, let's hear the concert now. Like, just remake the concert. But as a VR experience, I was like, that would be what we should use AI for. Use AI to flesh out what concert footage we have to make a full concert for a VR setting. You know, we're not cheating because we already have the concert, but to use the AI to complete it as a VR experience. Because cup of coffee, welcome on in. Yeah, because Kurt died before I was born, so why is it a good way to back experience concerts by then? It kind of sucks indie music too, because if you're making songs on your own, you need to listen to yourself singing. It sucks because I can only imagine booting it up every day and loads of work and different takes and cringing into my skin. Thinking, yeah, it's tough because you have to listen to it with new ears and not kick yourself too much. Because our tendency is to be, like Greg said earlier, our own worst critic. I don't know why I didn't come. My mind is still blown that this is Ravi Shankar's daughter. Like, I didn't have any less respect for Norah Jones. Trust me, I didn't need respect for Norah Jones. I respected her. She's an amazing musician. But I was like, wait, she's Ravi Shankar's daughter? What the crap? That good land, and then mine's like poop. I wish that I could fly. Well, you're going to land, aren't you? Yup. Almost right on the button of where Cup of Coffee landed. Let's see what your score is. 47, not far off, only about 10 points off, which is in this pool. You have to remember, it's 0 to 100. 100 is the dead center. So it means it's 0 to 200. So to get within 10% on the same side of the pool is actually more like 5%. Because the pool measures 0 to 100. 0 is the edge, 100 is the center. So it's actually 200 across, with 100 being the bullseye. So you're a lot closer than it actually seems by the percentage. Would die in ecstasy, be a bag of bones. Like, I could not believe that Norah Jones is Ravi Shankar's daughter. Like, I could not believe that. Ravi Shankar, for context, for those that don't know, is a very, 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 very famous Indian musician. Like, he is the father of bringing Indian music to the world scene and people realizing what India was making with music. Beyond just like he helped non-Indians see what Indian music was. Like, that is who Ravi Shankar is. Very talented musician. And thanks for the resub. I thought it had popped up last time, but maybe it's because I don't know. Yeah, that's the big thing stopping me from making music. I have to listen to my own singing. I even think of that makes me want to die a little inside. Yeah, I've gotten used to hearing my own voice. My disappointment is more in thinking it's better than it actually was. And actually, too, a huge chunk of music production isn't even about making your voice sound better. It's about, yeah, it is. Never mind. That's what I mean. It's not that your voice sounds terrible. It's that your voice needs to sound better because you use poor recording techniques or poor mixing techniques. And you're like, oh, my voice sucks. It's so flat and so boring. It's so dull. And it's not even that. It's not even that your voice is dull. It's that you didn't use the right mixing techniques. And all these musicians are using all these beautiful techniques to bring out the best qualities of their voice. It's not that you suck. It's that they used all the techniques to enhance, and you didn't. It's like saying, oh, I look ugly, but then all these models are wearing makeup and you're not. It's like, it's It's not that you're ugly. You're just not using the same cheat codes that other people are using. And I'm not talking about auto-tune. I'm talking about like reverb and other things that bring out the natural richness of your voice. And we're not talking about auto-tune. We are not talking about that. Now that can be used as a tool, as T-Pain has proven. Because it is a tool if you use it right. But I also think that AI image generation is a tool. You have to use it right. But people use it just lazily with no context. Like AI can be... I actually used AI to restore a friend's portrait. He had been... The photo that they wanted to use was blurry. So what I did was I used Photoshop and AI to unblur it, but AI can't get the face right. But she had an image unblurred of his face. So what I did was very simple. I used Photoshop and AI to clean up the blurriness of the photo, and where AI messed up the face, used AI to face swap out the original face. So what you got was a near pristine, clear version of the photo. Now, is it exactly the original photo? No. But it's reconstructed from other photos, both the blurry original and from the blurry original and from the AI. Sorry, from the blurry original and a clear reference image. That's what we need to use AI for. Is stuff like that. My niece is watching today. Oh, thank you for watching. I can't remember your name all of a sudden. Also, I realize I shouldn't probably be saying names online unless so authorized to do so. But thank you for watching. I'm trying to get the highlight in the corner of the eye just right. But I know who it is now. My brain is like... But also, I'm like, don't say it out loud, Jason. You don't have authorization to say the name out loud. But... what are we talking about? Oh, yeah. That's what I think we should use AI for. Photo restoration. You know, where we want the original photo and we have to trust an artist to get it close to right. And the thing is, it's not like the AI did the work. I did the entire planning of the process. The AI did the cleanup of the photo, but I literally designed the entire process from top to bottom. What would be done when? What would be applied to what? And I know that's a little bit of a cliche. I'm a programmer because I learned AI. No, the thing is, it only works because I have experience in photo restoration, Photoshop, and painting. So I know what steps should be done in which order. And even there's people that even in AI groups that said there's no way this is ever restored with AI. And I said it can be. Use AI to touch up the parts that are blurry that we don't care about. Like, you know, if his hands are a little bit messed up, who cares? The photo is not about his hands, it's about his face. So we restore that from the original photo as a face swap. And there was people in that AI group that were saying that photo restoration was not an AI job. And I'm like, yes, it can be. It can also be a Photoshop job. It's a little bit of both. And I mixed the techniques. But again, it would take a photographer and somebody that's used to Photoshop to know how to apply that. You don't just run it through an AI and go, I hope it cleaned it up. No. You have to know how much to apply to what and how much to not apply and when to apply which techniques. But see, Photoshop now even has bots put into it for that purpose. Like texture generations and things. And I'm not against AI. I'm against AI being used for art jobs. Because again, we're not talking about generating an image to use as an advertisement. We're talking about restoring an existing photo from existing data. That's what it should be used for. Because that's a tedious job for an artist to have to figure out. How am I going to restore this photo that's basically has blurry information? But that's exactly what the heavy lifting should be done by AI. Like someone said, AI should not be making the heart and soul of our art is our heart and our soul. AI should not be taking that over. AI should be taking over the tedious jobs so we can focus on the stuff that gives us life, like art. It's like, when did AI stop becoming about making less, jobs less tedious, and become about taking away the arts from our living, breathing human beings? And it's true. Like, I don't think AI is bad. I think it's a great tool. I also think it's being misused to steal people's jobs, because it can be. But the thing, like, for example, I don't know if I told you guys this. There's a Burger King ad that used an AI generated, an actual Burger King ad that used, and they even said it in their own advertisement, this AI generated image. And people were like, get this. They literally have advertised their burger, an AI image of a burger. You're not even seeing the product anymore. You're not even seeing the product you're buying anymore, folks. You're seeing a representation of it. Isn't that scary when you think about it? Think about it. You're not seeing what you're buying anymore. You're seeing a computer-generated version of the product that you're buying. And it's all because they don't want to hire a photographer to take a photo of a burger. There's a whole market for that. There are people that literally get educated on how to spray a bun so it looks nice and shiny and warm in the photography, and how to get the lettuce with a perfect sprinkle of water, and the tomato rind to have the perfect sprinkle of water. They, by law, have to include the actual product. But there's a whole school about how to prep it to make it look like the most ideal burger you've ever seen. And now, because of AI, they've robbed those people of that job. And it's not even the product anymore. It's a simulated image of the product. That's where the danger comes up, folks. You're not even seeing what you're buying anymore. Oh, I don't like that. I know what I'm doing wrong. There we go. Ad coming up by now. Boom, boom, boom. Never been so insulted in my life. Poopy, poopy, poopy. We'll grab some, what is it, W2? Oh, sorry, C. Cool. C is cool, Gray. I don't know why I was thinking W. See what I'm talking about with goldfish? Literally have a place where they can improvise sax. That's he's playing sax. So when the actual performances, they'd be playing that sax part live on the stage. They'd bring out, while the track is playing, they'd play the saxophone against this track. So basically all of their dance music is an excuse for them to play their jazz instruments in a dance hall setting. What's this? Debbie! Oh my gosh! I was literally just talking about you! Welcome on in! You're the second raid of the night! How are you, Debbie? Guys, I'm Jason Enos Art. I've been working on this Copic drawing of my puppy.
Is now
oh, not my puppy, sorry. This puppy. I'm so thrown. Of this puppy. It's a commission in Copic Marker. I've been working on this is the third stream. I'm numbering them so I can remember. How is everybody? I see a couple people I recognize in name, I believe. Yep. What were you working on, Debbie? Copic, exactly, Nixie Chan. Welcome on in. Let me remember to do this before I forget. Thank you for the follow, Jessica May Artist. I also, there was another follow I missed, and I'm so sorry, whoever that was. Let me scroll on up to see if I can give you a quick hi. Thank you for... Dragon Blood Thirsty, thank you for the follow. Get dunked. I just saw that. There we go. Oh my gosh, I love that Titanic one. The Titanic one always makes me smile, even on a bad day. I can't not. What were you working on, Debbie? I think I saw some of it. And also, one of the things I've been meaning to do is that... Oh, I need to do this. Hold on. Has it been queued? Yes, it has been. I might have to manually, actually manually start it, because for some reason the code on it won't let me automatically do it. I'll have to look into that too. I've been meaning to ask you about my ad settings, because my ad settings have been absolute poop. And I remember watched you, and you said, Jason. Well, no, you didn't say Jason. You said, viewers, if you're an affiliate, don't have your ad settings so aggressively. And I've been meaning to ask you about that, because I'm like, I feel like my ad settings might be too aggressive for who I am, and I'm like, I might need to scale that back some. So I think that might be a little bit too aggressive. And I took that to heart, and I haven't had a chance to drop a new stream. I haven't been watching many Twitch streams, which has made me kind of sad. I was literally talking about that earlier in the stream and saying I need to tune in to watch your streams. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to do it manually, because I'm afraid it won't go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm afraid it won't go if I don't push the manual button. Dragon Blood Thirsty just boot me out the side there. We have some folks there. What were you working on? Dragon Blood might land. Oh no, we all didn't land. It was all just utter chaos. Yeah, I'm thinking they might be a bit too aggressive, given my viewership, because I always pause all my important conversations, but I know it's probably being an annoyance to my viewers too. And I'm like, I like the extra money, but is it really worth it? Probably not. Look at that pupil. Oh, thanks. That was one of the focuses I worked on today. Was that. Let me zoom in a little bit tighter. Sometimes when I zoom in too tight, it will, fish out. I need to see what you worked on, Debbie. I kind of peeked in, but that doesn't show my viewers, because I was kind of lurking. Was I lurking? I'll probably have a tab pulled up. Let me look. I actually was. I was lurking you. I was lurking you. And yeah, we're link friendly here. The only things I ask is do not spam. I know you won't, Debbie. And actually, I have a command for you. I forgot about that. Look at this. I even have a command for you. That's how awesome you are. So I even have a command for you. But I had you pulled up because I thought about rating you. So I was lurking you. And then I looked at my tab. I'm like, oh, I'm watching me. So that means I knew I was lurking you. Yeah, we're link friendly. There's only two things. Do not spam, which you won't, and no NSFW, because not that we're offended by that, but some folks might be, and we want to keep it cozy like you do. So no NSFW for that very reason. We want to keep it friendly, because we don't know who might click on a link, and we want to be careful. And you will not get banned. You will not get yeeted. You won't get any silenced or timed out. I haven't had a need to do that. Hi, I am only a big child. Welcome on in. Her head is mostly rendered. Let's see. There we go. Oh, look at this. Is this for a challenge? Let me pull this off in a separate tab. And also, this is a little too intense. We want to keep it a little bit mellow right now. This is a good one for mellow. No, that's your that's your tab. That was a tab you were in before I automatically did that. Here we go. Is this it? Yep. Here we go. Let me move my Lazy Nezumi out of the way. You're the one that put me onto Lazy Nezumi, actually. I have it open because it's automatically queued to open when Photoshop opens. Look at this. Can I zoom in? No, I can't. I don't think I can. No, I can't. Yeah. a lot of this stuff you've taught me and told to me, I've taken to heart because again, you're so natural at doing the digital stuff, even the little time I've known you, maybe 2 years now, I can definitely see an improvement in the shading you do, the line quality you do. I keep poking at how flat the rest of her body looks now. Well, it's because it's flatted. It's in comics art, and I think you know this, but I want to tell the other folks. It's called flatting in comic books. It's where you just literally have the flat parts of color. But that's because this is shaded. I'm pointing at my screen that you can't see, but I'm going to use my arrow pointer. This is shaded right here, and you can see how very nicely shaded it is along here. And also, if I'm not mistaken, I think most of the strands have different end goals. Yeah, because here, the bangs, you can see right there's a separation there because the bangs have a different shading than do the top layer, which is beautiful because it gives you that different layered effect rather than just bulk, a bulk, what do you call it, gradient. Each one of these has its own little thing. And I also like how you got a little bit of a highlight edge right there while also having it dark. So you've got what's called, I guess it would be called a reflected light here. So it keeps it it gives it a little bit more depth. It gives it more rounding. But also, you got the shadow up underneath the bow, and this is casting a shadow from here. But most importantly, this has got a nice smooth gradient from dark to light to dark, but it's a different gradient than this layer here, which is also different than the little part down here below there. And everything's got its own shading situation, we'll say, which is good because you want it to have those layers, because otherwise it just looks like a helmet. You want it to have feathered kind of layers. Jason gets me. I do. Again, we work in different styles. You work in more of an anime kind of I don't want to say cartoony. I hate it because I hate saying anime and cartoony. I almost sounds like I'm being derogatory. Not at all. Yours is more design based. So everything you do design wise is on the surface to be seen so much more. So that means you have to make very careful choices because everything you're seeing is that much more transparent. And yeah, this is going great right here. All the hair. It looks like you did a lot of work on the hair to make sure it was balanced and yet rich. You get too busy with it and it looks annoying. The face especially too. Very delicate line right there with the nose, because with this style of art you don't want to exaggerate too much with the nose, because then it's going to look really bad. Because especially in an anime style, the more you de-emphasize the nose, the better. And this gives you contour while not emphasizing it so much. So you got shape, which actually you don't see a lot of those lines, I don't think, which is good that you have it here. I wish more people would have a little bit more distinction with anime style with noses and things. But you have the nice dark noses down there, and it's really kind of cute. But also you can tell that right from the chin line up is where you shaded. Line weight means thickness, absolutely. Like her line weights here. And sorry, I don't mean to say her like your third person, but I was talking to Dragon. The line weight here is so much thicker than, say, like a line here, because this one here is just like a thin strand of hair. And even here, that's like a flipping out here. This line is way thicker. I would say probably about double the thickness as compared to this one, because this is like a thin strand. And even though the hairs here would technically be the same thickness as here, but because it's more of a mass, this is allowed to be darker. And also I like what you did here by making this white here. When you did the white outline, I oftentimes put the gap in there and it doesn't look right. Oh, replace the Debbie Cat with your username, huh? Oh! Perfect. Dashboard, Twitch, Debbie Cat, I set mine so there's one ad break that is 3 minutes long and then gets rid of ads for 1 hour. Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot of that because I can. But Debbie, thank you for sharing this. This is beautiful work. If y'all, could you share a link to your? I'm just popping this up to the side so I don't pop up my stuff on the screen. That's the only reason I took your art off the screen, because I knew it would pop up in the same screen. And I don't want to pop up all my personal stuff on there on the screen. Could you put up a link of where you want to be found? And you say, I have mine set so it's one ad break that is 3 minutes long and gets rid of ads for an hour. I think I might do that. You are earning revenue from Twitch Turbo. I have pre-roll ads in my channel off. I have disabled pre-roll ads when I run ads. Enable stream display ads on my channel. Yes, I want people to know. 3 minutes an hour. Stream segment, pre-roll ads. See, I think it's twice every 30 minutes is how it works for me. 30-second ad breaks equals 10 minutes of pre-roll ad up to 3 minutes. I have my carded, so it has all my links now. Oh, nice. Good, yeah. Guys, go follow Debbie Cat, because they are just a ball of positivity. Like I said, I've been following Debbie since when you had originally had that. Remember I never will forget this. I won't forget this. When you had your the Google game, I remember it stressed you out. You had to quit doing it. I'm like, oh, I get it. I still won't forget that. And you had I mean, you've done a lot of changes along the way. All good things. You know what I mean? Like the Dino game. Exactly. And you're like, I can't do it anymore. It's so stressful. Like, I get it. It was fun because you're just an amazing person. So it was fun to, like, it wasn't fun to see you stress out. It was fun to see you did better. You were doing better than probably you thought you were going to do. You know what I mean? And that was always the charming part, you know? But you don't want to be stressed out. Yeah, good problems. Exactly. Good problem to have. Yeah, I don't know if... Yeah, I learned every 30 minutes is too much. How do you change it from every 30 minutes to every hour? Like, I don't see the setting for that. Yeah, I don't see how to change that. 1.5 minutes every 30 minutes. Here we go. I think I can I change it now? It's because I got it set for turbo, isn't it? I got to turn off turbo and let me do it. Add minutes per hour, 3 minutes. Oh, no. 3. Yeah, we don't want to turbo that. So do I have to go to something else to change that? 5 minutes before we start is what I'm told. Pre-rolls are disabled for incoming viewers. Yeah, because I don't want people to just drop in and be like, oh, here's an ad. Auto snooze ads. First ad delay 5 minutes. Ad frequency and length. But see, I can't change it. I can just click on it. Sounds like you're on the correct page. On the link I gave you, click on the part that says Ad Manager. Yeah, but I don't know how Ads Manager. I've got that. And it's not letting me click on it. Like, I can click on it, but it doesn't let me change anything. I can look at it and it tells me what it is. Maybe it's because you're a partner, isn't it? No, I'm just kidding. Let me just put it on the screen. There's nothing personal on this. I don't think. No, there's nothing personal. It's just the settings screen. Like... Oh, view ad schedule guide? No, not the guide. The guide isn't anything. This is just telling me how to do it. Not everybody. I'm going to do one myself. But see, it's like, if I click, there's nothing to click on. That's what I'm like, where am I missing? Ads Manager. Learn more. Just tell me that, so I don't need that. Ads Manager. I click on that, but I can't change anything. Is it because I have it set to automatically do this? Is that why? Well, I don't care about that. Y'all just saw that. Maybe I've got it set to where I can't change it. Oh, hold on. Other screen. Yeah. But how do you change that? Thank you for sending that, by the way. So it's exactly like mine, except I do have 3 minutes per hour. Can you slide this? Ad breaks during the stream with adjustable heads-up time. You see, I can't move any of it. Wait, can you do it here? Maybe? No, it's just an image. So you got 3 minutes an hour. Disabled. Oh, there we go. Add length and frequency. But see, I don't have that. Maybe it's a partner thing? Because see this entire tab here? I don't have that. Is it because I'm missing something here? Let me do this and see if there's a setting I don't have ticked. 55% disabled. Oh, wait. Pre-rolls for disabled. No. Incoming viewers disabled. First ad delay. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too. Your automatic setting is that. Where's my automatic setting? Oh, there we go. That might be it. That was it. Thank you. There we go. Now you get one big ad break. That looks like a lot of personal stuff, right? I know, right? All these little slides and levers. Oh my God, people, you're going to show up at my front door. No, I was worried it'd be something personal. So that's it then. Nice. Oh, you just saw that who I follow. Save changes. Good. So now it'll be a long break, but it'll only be one break changing the ad settings. So good. So that means we'll have one big break every hour. We won't be interrupted so often. Cool. Thank you, Devi. I knew you'd mention it in your stream. You're like, most people have set it to what people recommend, and it's not good for affiliates. It might be good for partners, and it's not good for all partners. And I remember that, and I've been meaning to drop by your stream and ask you. And I literally had you pulled up because I was like, I need to remember to either raid her and then ask her, or then, ask afterwards. Or I haven't been watching a lot of streams. Definitely good for top percentage of Twitch, but not for everyone. Yeah, and I took that to heart because you're not going to steer anybody wrong. Everybody I've ever said, go talk to Devi, has always, and you helped out my stream team leader. You helped her hit partner. It wasn't because you told Twitch, make her a partner, but you know what I mean? You the advice you gave her helped her when she was trying to go for partner. So, I haven't forgotten that either. And I tell everybody that. I'm like, hey, this is how Devi is in helping the art community. She helped my stream team leader hit partner. The advice she gave. Oops, I just messed it up. Well, not really. Definitely good for top percentage Twitch. Yeah, not for everybody. Yeah, but it's true. I mean, Kimmy would be the first to say it. Kimmy would be. Somebody gifted me I saw she streamed earlier today. I pushed the button to watch her stream, and it never turned on. And then I found out that somebody had gifted me gifted a sub to her stream when I wasn't watching her stream. And that was rather embarrassing because I didn't know I wasn't watching her stream. So we got to get a little bit of the pink in the corner of the eye. That's probably E70. Try this. That's a little orange for my taste, but that'll be good. And we'll grab the E70. So believe it or not, this is actually a stream where I do work on art, and not just reset my ad settings. Yeah, so not that. But no, I do appreciate that a lot, Debbie. A lot. Because again, this is just going to be a better quality of life for all my viewers. Because again, I don't mind making ad revenue as long as everybody don't mind watching an ad once in a while. But alrighty, I got to get running for night. Oh, but thank you for the raid, Debbie. I'm actually going to probably get raiding out here soon because it's 10 o'clock on the dot. I know it's so much later for you too. You've been streaming later, but thank you for the raid. I hope you can, stick around with the lurk. If you can't, that's understandable as well. I'm probably, like I said, I'm gonna probably find a raid target myself because I'm starting to get tired. I usually am trying to hit the 2-hour mark, and the crazy part was the person I was gonna raid kind of raided me. So I'm gonna have to find a whole new target. Definitely, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I'll try to drop by your streams again. I've been, like I said, not watching anybody's even in the morning. I usually watch Stephen Preston in the mornings and haven't been watching his streams either. Jared Condra, welcome on back in. I say welcome on back in because you're back from your exciting vacation. But you have a great night, Debbie. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it so much. And also, like I said, I can't thank you enough for the help with the ad settings. Because, again, I know it's one of those things that's been pressing in my brain. And I'm like, I'll get to it. And then I never have. But I also got to get an eye exam. I'm long overdue for an eye exam. And I'm thinking I'm due for bifocals. In fact, the last time I went to for my eye exam, they even told me, they said, Jason, I know you're probably not going to want to hear this, but you're heading to bifocals. And I'm like, I know, my mom had bifocals around my age. And I'm starting to do this a lot more. Looking over my glasses. So I'm thinking bifocals are going to be the next glasses I get set up with. I'm going to find the coolest bifocals I can possibly find. But they're going to be bifocals, I know it. Like, I'm already prepared for that. I hate it because it just reminds me of how I'm aging and my eyes are not aging gracefully. But I will try to be as graceful as I possibly can and honestly have the most coolest looking bifocal glasses you've ever seen, I hope. I said I wanted to try a fresher style when I got new glasses, but oh boy, now that I need bifocals, that's going to change the whole game, folks. You landed! Oh my gosh, a 76. That's probably the highest one. Oh, I thought it was Jared Condra because she's usually purple. Oh, Jared Condra landed too. You both did. Look at you. And I'm not going to land at all with my booty. Did you drop your booty in there? I think I saw that in there. Yeah, you did drop your booty. I designed that. Jared Condra commissioned me to do that booty emote. And I have to say, I'm super proud of that. I still show it off to this day, Jared Condra. I'm like, look at how this turned out. Because it did turn out great. Like, the one that's on Instagram is not the one that's on Twitch. Because, like, we talked about it. And that was one of the things I really appreciated, Jared Condra, is that when you commissioned me about it, you were very understanding about it. We worked on it very, very, like, I really appreciate that. I could just be like, look, I feel like it's good, but I feel like it might be, and you were like, it's too much detail. I'm like, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's too busy. It's beautiful, but it's too big to be on Twitch as a successful emote. And then we scaled it back. Well, you recommended I scale it back, and I did. And it worked. It was too detailed. But I liked the way it looked detailed. And that was the problem, is I was falling in love with the fact that it looked good in detail, but it wasn't doing the emote any favors. It was simply too big of details. You were never going to see them on Twitch as an emote. And that's where I was very grateful. You were very kind. You're like, you don't mind, do you? I'm like, of course I don't mind scaling that back. It's way you're right. If it's not working, it's not successful as an emote, and it was too much detail. You know the old saying, sometimes more is just more? That was what we were looking at. It was just more. I'm glad I kept a version of that, because I was super proud of how it turned out. I'm like, my gosh, I can't believe I made this. But it was also inappropriate to be used as a Twitch emote. It was too much detail. Guess who also told me about Twitch emotes? Debbie Cat. She taught me all I knew about how to scale down a Twitch emote. Beyond, scale it down. Like, she literally was like, oh, you want to do a quick, a sharpen when you're done scaling it down? You do a sharpen, and you also do a, what else do you do? Like what's the other thing you do? What do you call it? A saturation. You up the saturation a little bit. Because it gets a little grayed out when all the colors blend. Yeah, it's really hard when it's so small. Exactly. Purity of detail is of importance. And you were so right to be like, Jason, this is too busy to fit. I'm like, yeah, I was fighting that feeling, but you're absolutely right. And you were right. I mean, of course you were right. But see, you were a very easy client to work with, because you're just like, it wasn't like, no, Jason. It was like, I hate to say this. I'm like, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. And even if you were wrong, you were paying me the money for it, so I'm going to make it the way you tell me to. But at the same time, you're absolutely right. Because sometimes people just want it the way they want it, even if it's not what you envisioned for it. It's the way they want it, and it's their money. But we were on the same page, and that's what made it really easy to work with you, because we were both on the same page on that. I feel like you were like, I don't mean to put you out. I'm like, you're not putting me out. I just roll back a couple settings, and we're good. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to read when it's that detailed. That's why I put the full scale version on Instagram, because like I said, I'm so proud of it. And I still sent you that, right? I still gave you the full size because I put in all the work and you paid for it. So I'm like, you get the full version. Because again, I don't know if it's good enough to make into like shirts or stickers if you ever wanted to. I don't know if you would, but if you wanted to, you could. And if you need a higher scale version, if I probably could build one that would be big enough to be put on a t-shirt or something. Again, most of the time you go to conventions though, you're not wearing a t-shirt, you're in cosplay. Take me away from here. Sleep. And this song is so old, which isn't a bad thing. It just makes me remind how it's been a minute since the song came out. How was your trip? I don't want to talk too much about it because I know it's public knowledge. But I wasn't sure because I'm pretty sure you put on social media everything that was going on with your trip. And I was like, I'm still cautious about sharing what I think might be a personal detail. It seems like myself believe planet Earth. But I'm pretty sure that was all over social media. What you been up to now? I'm glad to see you're back, but at the same time, it must have been tough to tear yourself away from such a fun vacation. It looked amazing on social media. Planet Earth turns slowly. I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. I'm probably going to have to raid out soon because I knew my pup's got to go outside, so that's the next thing. But I'm going to probably get to a stopping point, which is not probably right about here-ish. But I also have to find a raid target, too. Oh, no! Ad. We're going to wait for the ad to be done, then we'll probably raid out. Let me find a good raid target while ad's adding. God. Babe Ross. Ari Bean. Ba-do-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-do-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. We might raid Ari Bean. Let's see if there's anybody. Oh, no, not this person. I didn't even click on them. Let's raid Ari Bean, I think. Have they been on a minute? Oh, she's only been on for 49 minutes. She's not going anywhere. Oh, I know what happened. Sophia. I know that name, too. Why do I know that name? Did I raid her recently? I haven't raided Ari Bean in for a minute, so... Do I want Ari Bean or... Let me look at this person real quick and see if I know why I know them. I already follow them. Yeah, let's go. Let's go raid Airy Bean. Because I haven't raided Airy Bean in like a minute. Let's take a quick picture of the... That's not good. Let's take a quick picture of the puppy drawing. So we have something to show. Me stand up here. Yeah, good. We'll tweet it or X it, I guess. I don't know. Well, actually, let's do it one more time. It's not quite centered. My fat fingers. I don't need to worry about my shadow being cast on it because it's got the flash on, apparently. Good. 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 Let's trim this and call it a day. Man, I remember it was just 10 o'clock 2 minutes ago when I was saying the raid, and it's 14 minutes now. What am I looking for, guys? I'm looking to go to my photo album, trim the image, edit, and I'm going to crop all the business parts out of it. There you go. Now I'm going to tweet it and see if we can get this. And we're going to probably rate Airy Bean. What do you think, guys? Let's open up in a new tab. Oh, that's me telling me not to fall asleep. Because sometimes I fall asleep. I don't want to listen to this anymore. Let's find another playlist right quick. We already heard this one earlier. Heard this one earlier. Heard that one earlier. That'll be okay. Create a dashboard. Phase 3. Popo, phase 3. There we go. Now let's add a photo, the one we just trimmed. Let's brighten it just a bit. Settings. There we go. Brighten it up a little bit. Save. Post. Good. Let's raid. What's her name? I don't know. Oh, I reached a follower goal? What did I set for my follower goal? Got it. 519. Nice. Let's go raid. Airy Bean things. Yeah, let's go raid them. It's been a minute since I've been there, but it's funny. We were just talking about Creature from Black Lagoon, and she's painting something that looks conspicuously like the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I think she even said that. Anyway, let's go raid her, because I haven't raided her in a hot minute. She's usually on much later in the night. Guys, I love you. Thank you for coming by tonight. Thank you for the raids from Guitara and from Debbie Cat. Thank you both for the raids. I don't think I've had a 2-raid stream in a minute, but I really appreciate it, guys. Let's go give Airy Bean all the love. If you don't already know who she is, she's a traditional artist as well. I think she does digital too. I think. Anyway, I'll be back Thursday to continue on Puppo. I will be working on the Pupper for a little while. More Copic work. Copic, and it will be Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Guys, I love you. Thank you for coming by, and I hope you have a great night.